Hey everyone, and welcome back to our Let's Play for Rome Total War 2 using the DEI mod. It's been a few days since I played this save, so maybe have a bit of a quick run through about what's happening in our Macedonian kingdom. So as we can see here, we've taken over a few of these provinces on the coast over here, which is good, and also a couple of Greek cities over here, so Apollonia and Larissa. We've taken over both of those, which is good. Had a fairly big battle at the end of the last episode, I believe, and I think that was with a Spartan army actually, so pretty much Sparta and Athens have basically zero army left, which is good news for us. So actually, both of those have actually caused us problems, so we're actually basically going to go and declare to take over both of their cities, so we are at war with both of them already. Also at war with the Bastane over here, and they haven't really actually haven't really caused us any problems, although we are still at war with them, so we'll keep an eye on that. We're running a little bit low on money, so I haven't really got a whole lot of income, although we do have pretty much a full stack here of these guys actually going. Probably going to leave these guys here, given that Athens and Sparta actually don't really have any much of an army left. We're actually going to leave this army here to recruit, basically to retrain up for a couple of turns until we get back up to full strength, and then we'll go and siege both of these cities, and they should fall fairly quickly, given that there's not a huge amount of armies or defense forces there. So that should be good. What have we got to do? So what can we do this turn? Probably not really a whole lot. We've got this small little army here. If needs be, like if we actually see like an army actually coming down this way, we could recruit a few more units. We're just going to leave these guys there for the moment though, and we can deal with those later. And like I said, we're going to leave these guys here, so we're going to switch them to patrol stance. Normally I wouldn't do this being so close to the enemy, because you actually will get ambushed if you're attacked while you're in this stance. But given that these guys actually don't really have an army at all, I'm actually not worried about that. So we're actually going to put these guys on, put this army onto a patrol stance, which increases the public order in this province a little bit, and also increases the replenishment rate. So that would be good news for us. So we've got that spy there, Athenians is fine. All these cities are actually really good in terms of public happiness, which is good. So this province, Macedonian province, is fine. We actually fully control that now, which is very, very good. And we're not too far away. Actually, we're only missing this one city here, though. I think we talked about it last time. We're probably going to leave these guys, the Tribali, we're going to leave them as our allies. They actually sort of seem to like us quite a bit, so as long as they don't cause us any problems, yes, they actually do like us. So 33 friendly rating, or plus 33 positive diplomacy rating, and also going to leave these guys up here, the RDIA, whatever, however you're supposed to pronounce them. We're going to leave these guys alone as well. They actually quite like us as well. Actually, they like us a lot. So 118, so it's really good. Yeah, so we're going to leave these guys alone, and they should be provide a bit of a buffer to the barbarian states up in the north here. And then once we've taken over Athens and Sparta, we're actually going to start moving east, and like I mentioned before in some of the earlier episodes, try and recreate some of the Alexander the Great feats and all that kind of stuff. So what can we do? Probably not a whole lot with our spy here. Don't really want to waste any money on performing spying missions, and there's not really anything else that we can do in this area for the moment. We could sort of expand some of these things. It's not really needed though. Like the culture's fine, public order's fine, and the same up here. So culture is dominant. Hellenic culture is dominant, and public order's fine as well. So I'm not really keen to spend any money, might as well save it. So I think we're actually probably just going to end the turn here, guys. Be a quick little turn. There's not really anything else I can see that we need to do. So there we go. Next turn, run through. Rightio. So we're doing pretty well, really. Probably done a little bit better than what I thought we would have done. Expanded a little bit more quickly. I are only playing on normal difficulty, but it is obviously the DEI mod, so that in itself is a lot more difficult, and obviously playing on the normal battle difficulty as well, which is the recommended one, so that is good. Rightio, what have we got here? Trade agreement. We're going to say no. So we're actually going to probably go and attack you guys quite soon, so we don't really want to have any treaties with you that we have to break, which gives us a negative diplomacy penalty. So avoid that if we can. Alrighty, increase in rank, we've got Cosmas, which is this dude over here, which is good, so we can jump in and upgrade him. So what has he got? He's already got one public order and plus 2.5% morale. Which I'm going to give you the Commander of Men, which is +1 authority per turn, because plus authority is a good one to have in battle. So it enables the inspire ability and also increases the aura of influence. So both of those are very, very important things in battles. Actually, there was another one that I missed there. We can actually increase up 2 turns. So we're going to grab, we could give him the secondary sort of authority one there, but I'm actually thinking probably what we're going to do is we're going to say, we'll actually give you the proven leader, so increased campaign map movement and increased morale for all units during battles in foreign territory. So normally I probably wouldn't use that one, but may sort of just do that to make our generals a little bit different. Because what's Demetrius? What has he got in terms of abilities? What have we set you up with? So we've actually given you the first 2 lots of authority. Actually, that's right. That's cool. And Demetrius actually has a empty slot for a household member. So what can we give him? What have we got there? Alexander's sword. Oh, that's interesting. That must be a sort of a Greek or Macedonian specific one. So it's +2 authority, +2 zeal, +1 gravitas, and plus 12.5% weapon damage inflicted by the commander's unit. That is very, very tempting. Fairly decent some other ones through here. +1 4.5% armor for all units. That's actually pretty tempting. We're actually going to take that Alexander's sword. That seems like quite a cool one, doesn't it? Yeah, interesting. All right, and do that. I don't think Cosmas had any spaces, did he, for household items? No, he's already got one. So he's got +1 cutting, +3 empire maintenance, +7% wealth from all commerce, local province. We're actually going to change that. I think I love that. Look at that. The Troy, Brad Pitt in the Troy, the little icon there. That's quite cool. So what can we actually give him? Give you +2 when leaving a fleet. +5 armor, morale. I actually think we probably maybe give you the melee defense. We're going to give that. We usually try and fight melee battles or defensive battles when we can, so that would be a really good one to have for him. And yep, that's going to transfer over next turn, which is good. All right, construction complete. Homestead in Apollonia, which is good. So that was some more food, which is good. So we got +15 food or 15 food in surplus, which is nice. Starting to get a little bit more money actually. We've got up to 1100 cash flow now, which actually may spend a little bit of that on getting some buildings up and running. Inspired populace in Macedonia. Cosmas has gained the wary of strangers trait. Hold up in your city, you're generally suspicious of other cultures. Foreign lands will broaden his horizons. So we're probably going to get him out and about into the world. So it's probably because he's been just on our territory the entire game. Military sabotage attempt in one of our armies, into this army. Actually was failed, so that was good. Increase in rank, we've already seen that one. Cool, alrighty. So this army is going pretty well. It's probably leave it for another. The Athenian army is starting to build up a little bit, so I'm thinking I'm going to leave this army for one more turn, then we'll move out, just to make sure this Athenian army doesn't get too big. We may actually do a little bit of sabotage as well if we potentially can, although this spy isn't all that great. So what we can do, we could do poison provisions, which gives minor damage to all units, or could attempt to assassinate, but the odds are really rubbish there, so we're not going to do that. So actually going to attempt the poison provisions for this army. And we did poison their provisions, which gave minor damage to all of their units in here, which is good. So yeah, it did a little bit of damage, not a whole lot, but something is better than nothing, so that is good. I'm not really sure where the Spartan army has gone. They have a few units. They moved off this way. We can't actually see them anymore, so can't really see that. A little bit of a history or a bio on Sparta there if you want to read it. Otherwise, I'll get out of it. There we go. Cool. Alrighty. So what are we going to do? We're going to spend some money, like I said, in upgrading some buildings. So what is going to be the best buildings to upgrade? So Odessa still actually hasn't got the fishing port being converted over. So we're actually going to do that. So are we going to go with the fishing port, or should we go with the shipwright? So the shipwright gives us more wealth, and the fishing port obviously is more focused around food. Food is generally a pretty scarce commodity, so especially once you get up in levels, a lot of the high level buildings take a lot of food. So I'm actually going to go with that. Might as well transfer that over, so that's spent pretty much all of our money. There's not really anything else to do this turn, so actually just going to jump into the next turn. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to start moving east after we've taken Athens and Sparta. They shouldn't take too much. Shouldn't take too long to take both of them down. So, yeah, so the Athenian army is building up quite quickly. So, Pergamon's offered a trade agreement again. We're going to say no, because we are going to attack you guys at some stage in the future. Or some stage shortly in the future, hopefully anyway. Cool, alrighty, research complete engineering. So that is good, we'll jump into some new research soon. Agent has been exposed, which is fine. Agents exposed, military sabotage attempts. And it looks like they both failed, which is good. So they're actually Athenian and Spartan spies. Unseasonable conditions in Macedonia, which is fine. Alrighty, so the Athenian army is up to 9 units, so obviously they're building up very quickly. So we are actually going to move over and attack them now, just to prevent them from building up their forces continually. So a lot of our units are still quite low in terms of numbers, but I think it's better to actually move out and attack them now while they're weak. There we go. Alrighty. So as we can see, Athens has a massive garrison there, so I think we're obviously a lot stronger in terms of strength, but in terms of numbers we're not. So we can't do an auto battle, so we're going to basically continue the siege. And I suspect they'll probably attack us next turn, which is going to work for our benefit. We're going to move over and sabotage the Spartan army over there. And we failed in that, which was okay. So that's all good. I'm just going to check the sound. It seems a little bit high again. Yeah, it is a little bit high. Alrighty, what we're going to do, probably leave that up there, drop the effects down, and the music a little bit, yeah, drop the effects down, there we go. Cool, alright, hopefully that's a little bit better, guys. Sorry, I probably played with that a little bit last time around. Alrighty, what can we do? So a little bit of money, not a whole lot though. Got some things we can actually spend into some undeveloped land. So if we queue that up, what would be the best thing to do? Probably, I'm thinking actually a quarry. So we could actually build a hoplite barracks. We just don't have the money yet. So what does that give us that we can't recruit at the moment? So it looks like recruits opens up recruitment of some cavalry, so some Tarentine cavalry, Thessalian cavalry as well, which would be good. So they probably like medium cavalry, I suspect. Thorax legionnaires, not really quite sure what those are, and white shield pikemen. Interesting, alright. So we may, actually I think what we're going to do, we're actually going to grab an industrial building here. So it's going to give us plus 100 wealth from manufacturing, which is good, and we can upgrade that a few times. So that would be a good one to do, I think, give us more wealth. See, the more money we have, the more armies and stuff we can produce. So the Bastane, they've got obviously like a full stack army there just sitting there. They haven't really moved down to attack us though, so I'm going to see if we can actually declare or make peace with them. We did try this before and they didn't really go for it, so we are going to peace treaty, success low, fair enough. I'm not really sure why you hate us so much, but anyway, that's your problem, not ours. Radio, so we're sieging Athens, which is good. There'll probably be a battle there next turn. I haven't got any money to spend, so I'm actually going to jump into the next turn. Actually, we're going to put up our queue up some research. So the engineering enabled settlement gates to pour boiling oil and also enabled the building of workshops, which is interesting. What can we go? What would be the best one or the best way to go? So we can go for some ship bonuses there, or we can go for some battle bonuses there. Thinking probably actually going to go for the organized supplies. So it's minus 4% upkeep, and also we can recruit champions, which would be quite interesting. So I think we're actually going to grab that one. Then we're probably going to move back over into some economic techs. Probably into that one would be good, into tax labor, so +1 growth for all provinces. Alrighty guys, we're going to jump in the next turn. Get through the turns nice and see how we go. Highly suspect that Athens will attack us. Peace treaty. I'm half tempted to offer them client state, but we've done that before and it didn't really work, and they don't want it anyway. Alright, that's cool. Well, there you go, too bad. Alright, battle. We're going to fight these guys. Should be pretty okay. We've got vastly more, actually most of them are down in numbers. That shouldn't be a problem. We've got 2 really good units of cavalry, companion cavalry, which I love. Favorite unit. Should be good. 1,000 men garrison me. We should be okay, especially with the fighting As you just saw on Steam, Total War Warhammer has come out for pre-order. I'm really undecided about it. Like, obviously, I like the Total War games. I haven't been too impressed. I mean, Shogun was good. I probably actually preferred Shogun. Like, I love the Roman era more than the sort of the feudal Japan era than what Shogun portrayed, or what Shogun was set in. So I love the Roman era more, but I don't know. I think the initial base game, it just lacked a lot of things. It just didn't really work for me. It was a little bit flimsy, a little bit superficial. But the DEI mod is absolutely amazing. So it just makes it into a basically worthwhile game. I think it's just a really great game. So enough of me rambling on. We are going to, the whole terrain's pretty flat, so we're just going to set up our guys as normal. We're going to grab all of our hoplite units in one big line, as we sort of have normally done. Stretch them out a fair way like that. Just going to check so the elevations, so it's pretty flat, so that's not a problem. We're going to put our pikemen on either edge, as we've been doing the last couple of battles, just to protect against cavalry, potential cavalry charges there. Alrighty, we've got our ranged units. We're just going to set them out the front as per usual again. They're all bowmen, which is good, so they've got a decent range. Going to grab our cavalry and set them off to one side, put them into wedge formation, and then we've got our basically sort of our melee units. What are we going to do? So we've got the agrarian cell swords and 2 units of Thracian warriors. So we're going to put the cell swords on one flank. Let's put 1 unit of each. One of each melee on either flank, and then 1 in the center. I can select properly. There we go. That's better. Cool. All right, that should be pretty much our our army set. We're going to bump up the speed to faster speed to get some of the units in. We're going to leave our guys off phalanx formations for now. It seems to be, sometimes I've just noticed the AI, like if you put your hoplites in phalanx formation early, they seem to flank you a lot more, whereas you leave it a little bit later, and they sort of maybe sometimes come on to you straight away. So we'll keep an eye on that. They do actually have citizen cavalry, which is heavy cavalry there, so we're going to aim our companion cavalry for them. Our companion cavalry should be should take at them fairly easily, shouldn't have too much of a problem. They've got some swordsmen, hoplites. This is actually their main army that they actually built up. So this is probably their best units, and then they'll have their garrison army come in, which is probably all the basically the secondary quality units. So I won't worry too much about those. So they've got a couple of archer units there, so we'll have to keep an eye on those. Some more citizen cavalry, which is coming in from the back, so we'll have to keep an eye on that again. Actually, going to move our archers back a bit because they do have cavalry. We don't want them to get caught out and get charged by the cavalry there, because they actually are a fair bit down on numbers anyway. So we're going to leave you on skirmish just in case people get too close and they can run back, and then we'll move them behind our lines and they can start taking pot shots at the enemy a little later. It's all going pretty well. Taking their sweet time getting to us. So we can see the garrison army coming in from the back. Just going to jump over, have a look, see what they've got. So yeah, lots of very light infantry. Some heavy spear infantry. I'm not really too worried about that. They're only sort of citizen militia, so their morale is actually quite low. So they're going to break fairly quickly. Doesn't look like they've got any more cavalry there, which is good news for us. So hopefully once we destroy these 2 units of citizen cavalry, we'll be able to do what we want with our cavalry. With our companion cavalry, so what are these citizen cavalry, their stats there? So they're charge bonus of 40, armor of 56, morale of 62. Yeah, so obviously our companion cavalry is absolutely worlds above, better than their citizen cavalry there, but we'll have to definitely keep an eye on them. So cavalry is probably the most dangerous unit in the game of what I've seen, so cavalry can be really devastating. Probably like in real life, I guess. Actually starting to move their guys out here, so I'm going to slow the game down a little bit. We put all of our hoplite units into phalanxes, and both of our pikemen into their pike phalanxes as well. There we go. Doesn't look like they're coming for our archers. It looks like they're coming out this way. So what we're actually going to do, yeah, so it looks like they're coming around this way. So our archers are getting fired upon. That's okay. So, I'll be highly surprised if they charge our pikemen. If they do, they're absolutely idiots. But it looks like they actually are going to come in this way. No, they're not there. Yeah, I'll be highly surprised if they did that. I'm expecting they're actually going to come for our our cavalry. So what we can do, we can charge in with our cavalry and then bring some melee units in from the sides as well. Should do some damage. So wait until they get a little bit closer. Keep an eye on this area out here. That's all fine though. We'll send our cavalry in to get the charge bonus. Obviously they are very, very heavy shot cavalry, so they should do a fair bit of damage coming in here. And you send our melee units out as well. Yeah, so the citizen cavalry lost an absolute stack of cavalry in that first charge, which is good. So they should, yeah, so they're starting to waver already, which is nice. So sending out the rest of our units there. Our archers are retreating, which is awesome. So actually send them behind the lines, take them off skirmish. Oops, and there we go, skirmish. Yep, so send them behind the lines, and they start taking pot shots and stuff at them. Send our units in. One unit of citizen cavalry has routed, is starting to rout, which is good. The other one is taking a fair bit of damage. How's our companion cavalry going? They're going okay. They're taking a few losses, not too much though. Should help having our melee units come in. That should do a fair bit of extra damage for them. Alrighty, we're going to leave our all of our guys here at the moment. Just going to keep an eye on these Thracian warriors here because they could take a fair bit of damage from the archers. So it looks like the arrows are coming in from there, sort of around that way. So yeah, it looks like they're being fired upon. They're actually not taking too much damage though. They're not losing many people, so that's okay. Pretty happy to leave them. Got these cavalry coming back in. I'm not really too worried about those. These guys are shaken and they're going to start breaking. So not really losing any companion cavalry. I only lost one since I last checked. So definitely not losing numbers quickly there. So that's okay. These guys coming back in, but they'll break quickly, fairly quickly because they've broken already. So not too worried about those. So yeah, make sure our axemen get in, or our agrarian sellswords. Our hoplites are all totally fine. May have to send some units out because otherwise we're going to get sort of picked off with our archers here, which is probably the biggest weakness of the phalanxes, is that you are fairly stationary. And if you sit back, you can easily get picked off with archers. We're really going to break these cavalry there, so then we can actually bring our cavalry in and get rid of some of these archer units. I'm almost tempted to send these guys forward actually. We're not probably going to be able to chase them down, and if we do that, we're probably going to get isolated against some of these units. So we may just cop the damages for the moment. We may sort of just have to wear that. One unit has shattered, the other one has broken. So we're actually going to send our melee units back and chase the rest of them down with our cavalry, just so they don't come back again. So if we can get them out there. Not sure we're going to be able to chase them down actually, because we're not. Companion cavalry is not the fastest. Looks like we are slowly gaining ground though. No, we're going to turn back. I mean, they've broken. They got half their numbers left, so they're still a decent force. But I think we're going to be okay. Well, basically, I'd rather get our units in here and start dealing with some of these archery, these ranged units. Some spear infantry coming onto our pikemen, which is fine. Thracian warriors haven't taken too much damage. I don't think we're taking too much damage from archers. Well, not, it's not too bad anyway. These guys are coming back in, so we may actually send. What we're going to do, we're going to send one of our companion cavalry back to deal with them, and we're going to send the rest of our guys forward. Just going to send our general forward. So how are we going down here in the middle down here? We should be fairly fine. So they've definitely bulked, put all their forces in the middle. So we're going to send our sellswords in. We're going to send you guys on the side. We're going to send you in there. We're going to send you, actually we're going to move you like that. We're going to send you guys forward. We're going to send you two forward as well. We're going to send you forward, and you're pretty much stationary. So we're just going to leave you there for the moment. Alrighty, those guys are broken. We're going to send these guys in here and send these guys over to attack them. Start getting rid of some of there. So their cavalry is gone from the field, which is awesome. You can send hoplites in from the side, which is good. And nope, send you guys forward. Up here, come on, let's go this way. Yep, so our companion cavalry into their archery units, which is awesome. So they're going to start breaking fairly soon. May actually try and chase these guys down. Don't think it's going to do a whole lot though. Send you guys forward, send you guys in from the rear. Get the flanking bonuses. We should be totally fine. I think we're going to be fine to hold these lines here. One of these units is starting to break. Actually, they're both starting to break, which is good. I'm going to send you guys over here. Try and chase these archer units down there. So they're wavering. They should break. One of them is broken already, which is fine. Send you in there, send you in there, send... You're not going to be chased down the archers, so we're not even going to try. We're going to just send you guys in here. Then we'll send our cavalry over to deal with those. Might as well send these guys in here to charge in there. So some of the units are starting to break already, so I'm not too worried about that. It could win these units here, these these archer units break. Come on, guys. Make them break so we can move on. Yeah, so they're starting to break. They're starting to waver all through the middle here. It's not really surprising. They're getting flanked, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not really too surprised about that. Waiting for these damn archers to break there. Lasting a lot longer than what they normally do, actually. So not quite sure why. For some reason, they are doing that. It's alright. So they're actually routing now. So we're going to chase them down. Make sure they don't hurt us again. I'm going to send one unit of our cavalry into these guys here. Send the other ones over this way. These guys may come back, but we can deal with them later. These guys are getting chased down. Or chasing these guys down, I should say, but they're not really doing a lot. They've taken a fair bit of damage. I'm actually going to just leave them chasing, because if we turn away, they just actually shoot us in the back, which we're going to take a lot of damage. We'll chase them down with our cavalry fairly soon. Pikemen aren't really doing a lot. May as well send them over here. I don't think they're really going to do a whole lot, though. Send all of our guys over here. Actually, it looks like most of their army is starting to break now. So, no, we're going to send you out here this way, actually. You guys are going to chase these guys down, then we'll keep you coming out this way. So the Thracian warriors are taking a lot of damage. They're taking a lot of fire. So that is unfortunate, but that's life. So their entire main army is starting to break here, so I'm actually going to send our guys in to chase them down. Do as much damage as we possibly can. These guys are wavering, they should all start breaking fairly soon. These guys are broken, so we're going to chase them down. There we go, they're routed, they're shattered. So these guys are broken, we're going to chase them down until they shatter, which should be fairly quickly. And jump up the speed up a little bit, so the battle's pretty much over. Just gonna wait for all their units to break, and there we go. There guys, those guys have shattered, so we're going to send these guys out here. Our poor Thracian warriors have taken a massive amount of damage, so it's unfortunate. These guys this is actually their general unit, so they're actually completely surrounded, so I'm not too worried about any of those. Where? Ah, the Thracian warriors up there. Right, that's not unsurprising. Alright, so we're going to send you guys into here. These guys are attacking them there. So they're routing, or they're starting to waver. They're broken. Taking some damage from these guys, so I should send them over here to deal with them quickly. Sure is. These guys have been decimated. Look at that. That's terrible. Wowzers. It's because these guys are basically just running away and shooting them. That's what I thought. Yeah, so that they've ran. Not a shock there, which is okay. These guys are still fighting here. Going okay. These guys are wavering, which is fine. They're routing, so we can chase them down until they shatter. There we go. So these guys are back over here because these guys are looking a little bit stubborn, the Cretan archers. I'll actually pull them out and recharge back in again. And turn around and charge again if we can. That wasn't a proper charge, was it? Didn't have enough room to do it. Anyway, it's cool. Alrighty, so going pretty well. Chasing down these guys over here. I'm going to take you out of hoplite formation, because that slows you down. These guys are still fighting here. Oops. Stop firing, stop firing. There we go. Let me send a few of you guys in here. These guys should... So obviously, like I said, it's their generals, so they're going to have heaps better morale. And, yeah, so that's okay. Alrighty, so these Cretan archers still hanging around, which is a bit surprising. We've got some spear infantry actually coming up there, which is interesting. So what we're going to do is grab a few of our hoplite units and send them forward. Because you obviously don't want to attack these guys with our cavalry. Because obviously spear units and cavalry don't work out too well. So going okay. Yes, these guys starting to waver finally. Got an archery unit up there. Actually, they're starting to waver as well. That's because the enemy general is dead, so that should be pretty much battle. Alright, we're not going to continue the battle, we're actually just going to end it. Heroic victory! Right. Cool, alrighty, so there's those guys down and that army has been destroyed, which is good. Good news for us. Alrighty, heroic victory. We're actually going to enslave them. And we'll see what happens at the end of this turn. And yeah, we'll definitely jump into it, the rest of it next episode. So this one should be finished fairly quickly. Cool, alright. One of our Antigonus, our leader, as actually his wounds have healed after he was attempted assassinate or had an assassination attempt made on him. Our general has increased his rank. Had a mission issued, so recruit a champion. If we do, we get plus 5% champion action chance for 5 turns, or 6 turns, which is pretty good. So that's all of the events really. Household expands, yeah, it's cool. Send to the pool, trait gained. A bit of claret, so negative 2.5% morale, minus 1% morale for us, and minus 5% number of battle captives. Alright. Cool. Alright guys, we're going to end the episode here. We'll jump back into the next episode and see if we can take Athens, and then we'll move on to Sparta, so that should be good. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As always, it would be amazing if you could subscribe to the channel and like the video if you haven't done so already. That would be enormously appreciated. Hope you all had a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all for the next episode.